Hey Lucas, what's going on? We're gonna start in a little bit. This is not. This is actually gonna be a relatively short live session. I'm just trying to figure things out to actually get things going and do um, more lives because I know a lot of you guys want to see practical penetration testing and cybersecurity training. And that's something that I really want to do. Session. I'm just trying to figure things out to actually get things going and do um, more lives because I know a lot of you guys want to see practical penetration testing and cybersecurity. All right, should be good to go. In the meantime, I'm just gonna pin this over here, and then I'm actually gonna have to delete this one. Let's see, where was it? Anyway, I'll just delete it afterwards. So let's actually wait for some more folks to join in, and then we're actually gonna start doing some Python challenges. What do you guys think about that? You want to do the same way we did last night, where I actually did, what's this? Where I actually completed Python challenges on EDA or edabit.com. And then I think we're gonna stick with this tonight with doing a couple of challenges and maybe answering some of your questions. So if you have, hey Cyberglitch, what's going on? Maybe answer some of your questions if you have any of them. So yeah, go ahead, ask your questions, and I'm actually gonna do my best to answer them appropriately. Now I hope that this is better than last night, and I actually hope that you guys are actually enjoying the experience. I mean, I did some of my homework today, and I think that you're actually getting the stream better than it was last night. So hopefully it's all for the best. So anyway, uh, you can ask questions in the live chat. Let's see, where is that? It is over here. Okay, so this is the live chat. So anyways, proceed, shall we? Yeah. If you guys wanna join, or if you are not already on the Discord server, go ahead and join. I believe there's a link to the Discord server in the description of this video. So we'll do a couple of edit bit challenges, and like I said, I'm gonna answer your questions. No problem, glitch. Hopefully, if I get the bug of actually live streaming, there's gonna be more of these live sessions. So anyway, let's get into the first challenge. And like I said, if you have questions, whatever your questions are, just leave them in the comments over here, and I'm actually gonna do my best to address them, of course. So create a function that takes two arguments, item and times. The first argument, item, is the item that needs repeating, while the second argument is the number of times. Okay, I mean, seriously. So we have repeat, 13 and 5. So this would actually be return this times this. So this is actually really easy, I would say, if there's not something like weird going on here. So return item times times or times. Okay. So it's actually not as easy as I thought. So we need to return the result in a list. Okay. So we would have to have a list. So our list would have to be like the item, the number of times. So how would we go about it? Anything else over here? Item can be a string or a number. Times would always be a number. So we have to actually kind of append to a list. So I could say for I in range times let's create a list. Let's call it solution. So for I in range of times, we'll say solution dot append item, and then we'll have to return the solution. Let's see. Yeah, so that was it. So over here, let me go through it. Let me go through it one more time. It says that we need to return the result in a list. So we have to return a list with the item at so a list with times elements, and for each element in the list, the element would be the item. And in this case, I just created an empty list, and then I created a for loop from 0. So for I in range times actually means for I in range 0 to times. if we don't specify any first argument, it will just go from 0. We could also say from I in range 4 and times, and this will go to 4 till times. Or I could also say for I in range of 1 times, and that would provide a third argument, which would be 2, and this is the step. So it would go from 1 till times, taking a step of 2. So anyways, for I in range of times, we actually append the item to the list, and then we simply return the solution. And that's actually it. Moving forward. Okay, so can you guys hear me well? Let me know in the comments. Let's go for the next one. I'm gonna try to solve all of them which are at the very easy, and progress through that. Of course, I'm not gonna try to solve them all in this live stream, which is gonna be short, because as you can see, it's already 12:47 a.m. and I actually didn't intend to do this live stream. But anyways, let's just do a couple of more. Are the numbers equal? Create a function that takes two integers and checks if they are equal. Okay, so this is like a no-brainer. We'll have to, if num1 equals num2, return true. Let's say else, return false. So true should equal to false. It actually failed one test, which would be this one is false. Why would this one be false? Because num1 is actually a string and not an integer. If there is a string, then it should return false. Let's actually say if num1 or num2. I'm not really sure if I can use this type of construct with or. If, can I do if type num1 or type num2 equals to str, return false. Put this one into parentheses as well. Let's see. Still. Let's just do if type num1 equals string, return false. Is it without the quotes? Yeah, it is without the quotes. Let's try or type num2, see if it still works. It doesn't work. What if I use the parentheses? Yeah, I think this is better because it also checks if num2 is string. Okay. Awesome. Thanks for the feedback, CyberGlitch. Alright guys, let's go for another one. I'm super confident that you guys actually want me to do some of these challenges on attack defense. and they are freaking lot, 1400 challenges, and most of them are realistic, but we'll get into them. Last night we did the vulnerable content management system with the Metasploit, and that was actually really easy, but it got me into a little bit of trouble at some point. We'll get into these at a later time. I don't think I'm gonna get into these today because it's like Saturday night and I've had a really freaking long day. But we'll get into these in future live streams, most likely. And there's a lot. Look at this. I mean, we have the basics, and we have network recon, real world web apps. And this is actually stuff from OWASP Top 10. We have remote code execution, stored XSS, file upload, SQL injection, all the goodies that you need to actually learn some hands-on penetration testing and hands-on practical cybersecurity. Yeah, so Attack Defense Labs, they are a really good platform. Anyways, check if one list is a subset of another. So list A is contained inside list B if each element in A also exists in B. The number of times a number doesn't matter. So if you know a little bit of Python, this would actually involve working with sets. So yeah, in other words, if we transform both lists into sets, exactly what I was saying, and then it says A would be a subset of B. Create a function that determines with the first list is a subset of the second. So this is this English? Create a function that determines with the first list is a subset of the second, whether or not the first list is a subset of the second. So, how would we go about that? Let's see. I don't know, I kind of have a deja vu feeling that I've actually done this. So let's say, should it return true or false? Yeah. So this would be an example. 1, 3 is a subset of list B because it contains 1, 3. 4, 8, 7, we have 4, 8, and 7. True. Subset 1, 3, 133, false. So, if set lst1, if you guys know a little bit of Python, you know that this type of formulation lst1 is not like a legit, or does not actually follow the PEP 8 convention. So it's like PEP 8 Python. These are actually rules of conduct in terms of actually writing good Python code to actually maximize for its readability. And in this case, you would not actually use like numbers in variable names such as variable 1. If you would want to define a variable 1, you would simply say var underscore 1. That's like in accordance with the PEP 8. So var 1 does not actually follow the PEP 8 Python convention. Okay, so you want to check that out. In this case, if set1 in set lst2 will return true, else return false. Okay, let's check this out. false should equal to true if set1 is in set list 2. Let's see. Let's actually try doing it manually. Define two lists. Call lst1 equals 1, 3, and then lst2 equals 1, 3, 3, 5. Okay. Now let's do set lst1 and set lst2. I mean lst underscore 2. It says false. Let's do set lst underscore 2. It says 1, 3, 5, and then set lst1. It says 1, 3. I think there's a better way to do this. So for item, let's say for item in lst1 and set lst1, if item not in set lst2, we'll simply return false. Okay. Else return true. Let's see. Okay, so that was it. In this case, so for item in set list 1, so we take each item in the first list and we check whether or not it fits in the set of list 2. And for those of you guys who don't know, so a list in Python, list 7 can have like different types of data in it. Let's say a word dexterity. Okay. It could also have booleans. It could also have floating points. It could also have, I believe, complex numbers. But anyways, this is a list, and it could also have like the same items which are repeated. So this is a legit list. The difference between a list and a set is that sets have unique elements. Okay, so in this case, if we do set of list 7, it's going to transform our list 7 into a set. So it's going to take each element from the list 7 and it's only going to print its occurrence, and so it's only gonna return only the unique numbers. So set list 7 is gonna return the unique, not numbers, but elements in the list 7. So in this case, it's gonna return 1, 2, 3, dexterity true, 1.3, 2 is already in there, 3 is already, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, so 1, 2, 3, 1.3, 4, dexterity, and 5 and 6. So in this case, if the item is not in set list 2, so if at least one item from the first is not in the second, then our entire conditional statement is going to return false. And that's just about it. Yeah. Well, that's what I did in the first In the first case, maestro. And it doesn't seem to have worked, as you've seen. Okay. Let's actually do another one. So guys, I'm actually gonna go for another, I don't know, maybe 10 more minutes. So if you have questions, just ask them right now, because I want to end the stream in approximately 9 minutes. So at 35-minute mark, until then you can keep on, or you can I don't know, actually ask some questions, or also let me know what you guys want to see in future videos. Do you want to see me doing like attack defense challenges, or do you enjoy these Python challenges? And I would have to encourage you to actually enjoy these Python challenges, because they actually teach you how to program, and this is a really useful skill, especially if you want to go into cybersecurity. Because in cybersecurity, like for example in bug bounty hunting, that I'm currently doing a lot at this moment, it is really helpful to know some programming language, such as Bash or Python. I mean, these are scripting languages more like, but I don't know, you can do a lot more things with Python that you can do with Bash. I would say Python is more towards like a legit programming language, because you can do all sorts of stuff. You can code websites, you can do cybersecurity things with Python. You can also create like GUI programs with tkinter. You can do games in Python. You can do machine learning in Python, artificial intelligence. You can also do what else? Anything you want, you can do with Python. It's like, I don't know. I'm super excited about this. So that's why I encourage you to actually have this passion for learning Python. So let's go to the next challenge. Palindrome. Okay, so I would say that I hate this palindrome thing. A palindrome is a word that is identical forward and backwards. Mom. So we have O and we have M and M. This is identical forward and backward. We have E, we have car, and we also have car. That's another palindrome. Given a word, create a function that checks whether it is a palindrome. So, I don't like that. In this case, I think we would have to split the word. Let me actually clear the screen. Yeah, so if we have a word or a string, text equals palindrome, we'd have to split this one. So let's see, length text is 10, length text over 2 is 5, so if this number, let's say text 2 is reviver, yeah, this is actually a palindrome. Length text 2 is 7. So if the length divided by 2 is not an integer, text over 2, it's a float. So if it is a float, then we could keep on checking whether or not it's a palindrome. If length text over 2, I mean, this is also a float. No, a better way to check it would be if length text 2 over 2 modulus, not over 2, but modulus 2 is not equal to 0, then we return false. So if the modulus, in this case length text 2 modulus would be text 2 is 7. Length text 2 modulus 2 would be 1, because 7 modulus 2 is 1. 7 divided by 2 is 6, and then we have 7 minus 6 is 1. In the exact same order, 13 modulus 5 would be equal to 3. Okay, so let me see if my rationale is solid here. We have, do you guys have any suggestions? Okay, Maestro, 70% Python challenges and 30%. I think that would be a good ratio. So if word equals word, what are you actually saying, Rafi? So in this case, maybe your solution might be like simpler than mine, if I can understand it. So you're saying word, of course, you might be onto something. So you're saying if text equals text from, yeah, the reverse, that reverses the word. Let's actually do it over here. Clear the screen one more time. So we have text 2. Reviver, this is a palindrome. In this case, text 2 minus 1 minus 1 would be equal to reviver. We have two semicolons over there, right? 2 colons. I don't think I get it. What I wanted to do is to actually split the word by half and then check if both halves are equal. Wouldn't that be like easier? So let's say I'm already past the 35-minute mark, but let's actually get this done, and then I'm gonna finish the live stream. So in this case, we have length x2. Length modulus 2 is 1. Let's go to, so text 2 from 0, text to 0. Let's actually make text 3 to be text 2. No. Text 2, 0, 2. To what? To the half of it. To the half of it. And the half of it would be, can I actually say text 2, let's say length text 2 over 2? You cannot. What if you go, yeah, you can do that. What if I say like this? Still doesn't let me. What if I say int? That actually lets me. So rev, so we have text 2, and then from text 2, this sausage over here, all the way to the end, which is, I mean, this would be a complicated solution. Length text 2, this should be equal to true, I guess. Let's see. String indices must be integers. This one's an integer, and this one, that should also be an integer. Which one is not an integer? So length text 2, that's an integer. Int length text 2, that's also an integer. So what does this actually mean? Let's see. Copy paste. String indices must be integers. Of course, it's not the comma over here, but it's a semicolon. So int length text 2 over 2 plus 1 is ver, and this should be reversed in this case. So what would it be? Do we have string dot reverse? We don't. We do have reverse equals true for sorting. Yeah, I could use that as well. But anyways, I don't think this is as complicated as I make it seem. So let's see what resources did they suggest us to look into. Reverse string. So this actually looks from the last, if we do text 2 minus 1, yeah, so if the, I mean, I think it's along the lines that you've, of course, yeah, that's maestro. That's exactly what I was thinking about. So if the word is equal to the word mirrored, then that's actually true. So in this case, we have text 2, which is reviver, and then text 2, which comes from the end all the way up to the first element. It's reviver. In this case, if both of them are the same, then we have a palindrome. And if I say minus 2, let's say 0, it doesn't take 0. Let's say minus 1, reviver. So if the word reviver, text 2, is equal to the word from the last element up until the first element, that's what I understand by this. Let's see. What is actually string? Minus 1. It goes from the last one all the way to the first one, right? We could also check that using text 3, saying that this is a random 1, and then text 3 minus 1 should be ENOMODNAR. That's right. Okay, so that should be our solution. Finally, right? So we'll say if text equals text minus 1, return true, and then else return false, unless there's something else we need to specify. Yeah. Else, this is embarrassing. Come on. Yeah, so that was the solution. Well thought, maestro, well thought. Okay, guys, so I guess this is the end of the stream. I went actually 10 more minutes than I initially thought. So like I said, if any of you guys are seeing this replay on my YouTube, because I'm actually gonna post it as well after the stream ends, it's gonna be available on YouTube. I'm actually gonna post it, and if you have like suggestions for future live streams, I'm actually gonna keep on doing Python challenges. Hopefully we'll get to more like complex and more like difficult ones, and then we're also going to do some challenges on Attack Defense Labs. And there's also this prompt which is a website where you actually learn hands-on cross-site scripting, and this is really interesting. They have like 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, sort of like 15 to 20 challenges, and you're actually gonna learn how to find cross-site scripting vulnerabilities. We'll also go through this one in a future live session. So if you guys have like suggestions for what you want me to tackle on in future streams, just let me know. And also let me know the quality of the stream, if this is like better than the first one, which was last night, because I'm trying to improve my game here, and I'm also actually trying to learn how to do it properly, because I want to get this out of the way. I want to not focus on the technical stuff involving the stream, but what I want to do is actually focus on learning cybersecurity and helping you in cybersecurity, which is what I want to do. What I want to do with these streams. So I'm gonna say bye-bye for now, but I'm gonna answer Phoenix's place question. It says, "Want to start bug bounty? What laptop or PC should I get? 300 pounds limit." So Phoenix, you don't actually need a very good. You don't need a laptop with very good specs in terms of doing bug bounty hunting, because a lot of stuff that you're doing in bug bounty is manual, and even so, even if it's not manual, you might need a computer or a laptop that supports decently at least some sort of virtualization. Like if you're using for example VirtualBox or VMware, you should at least be able to run a Kali Linux instance or a Parrot Security. In this case, I've started using Parrot Security, and I'm gonna show it to you guys in future sessions. So you might want to look for a laptop that has at least this capability of supporting decently running a virtual machine instance with a distribution that supports like penetration testing and cybersecurity, such as Kali Linux or Parrot Security, so that you would be able to sort of like automate some steps of your bug bounty process, such as reconnaissance, for example, which might involve a lot of like brute forcing for subdomains, doing like scans with Nmap and stuff like that. So you don't need something expensive. You could get away with, like you said, something below 300 pounds, I guess. Yeah, you should be able to do that. Okay, so anyways, guys, this was it for today, which is December 1st. Thanks for watching, and I will be seeing you in future live streams.